interviewing you. Do you know what happened on the day of your the birthday, the actual birth of your last child?
Who would be who again? Which
me?
Oh, you,
Lillian.
Lillian Claire Keller.
Yes.
I do remember what happened. Do you want the long version or the short version?
Kind of the
medium version.
Long version. Kind of long but short, long and short, like kind of both, because the medium version.
The medium version?
I mean, there isn't any medium version. There's only a short version and a long version. We'll just stick to the long version.
Okay, and don't shake the camera so much because your dad won't watch it otherwise. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, March 2nd, I went into labor in the afternoon, and we rushed to the hospital because we knew that each baby got faster and faster, so we didn't want to have the baby at home, which turns out to be a really good thing, because what happened was at 8:30, right when the nurse was giving me a Demerol shot, which is drugs to make you nice and happy through labor, my uterus ruptured, which means there was a tear in the little home that you were in. And instead of going out the correct way, you went into my abdomen, and what that did was it pulled the little sac that connected you with me off of me inside, which means you didn't get any more oxygen, because that's how oxygen goes to babies. So what they did was, the nurse saw something was wrong. She went out and grabbed a doctor. The doctor came in and noticed that I was bleeding, and they both rushed me into the surgery, into the OR.
Emergency room?
The operating room, OR, operating room. And my anesthesiologist was already there, because I had actually asked for an epidural, which I hadn't had for the other 3 babies, just so you know. Are you still getting me in this shot?
Yeah,
okay.
I am. I'm trying to.
So they put me to sleep very quickly, and within 19 minutes, they pulled you out. But when they pulled you out, you were completely dead. No heartbeat, no blood pressure, nothing. Yeah, you weren't breathing, nothing. You were blue. So the neonatal doctor, Dr. Olney, grabbed you and took you into his level 2 nursery, because they didn't have a level 3, which is where the really scary babies go.
Really scary babies?
Yeah, babies that are on the verge of death. They go to a level 3 nursery, NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. And so he took you in there, and he put a tube in your trachea so that breathed for you. It's called intubated. You were intubated. And so then the machine breathed for you. So you were still alive, and they called for, you know what, your helicopter. Every time we go to the zoo, we see these life flight helicopters, and we always say, there's Lillian's helicopter. And they came, and we actually got to know one of the nurses that was on the helicopter. And she told your dad that she was not expecting you to be alive when she came to get you, but you were. Right? So they took you in the helicopter, and they flew you over to Memorial Hermann from West Houston Medical Center.
That's close to here.
Kind of.
That's close to our house.
We're kind of
close.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to say that. Not really, but okay. So they put you in the level 3 NICU, and I had to stay back at the other hospital because I had had a C-section. And
what is that called again?
And what?
What is that called again?
What is that called?
I mean,
a C-section?
What is a C-section?
It's when they cut you in your tummy. They cut you right here and get the baby out this way instead of going out the normal way, which we can talk about later.
What's the normal way?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. So then Your dad got over there, and they said, actually, Dr. Olney at West Houston Medical said that he knew that at Memorial Hermann they had this cooling blanket study. And here's what the cooling blanket did. It turned off your brain. It basically put hypothermia. It made you so cold that your whole body shut down. But it was a good thing. What it does is it keeps your brain, when you don't have oxygen in your brain starts seizing, starts like jumping, which causes damage to it. But when you make your brain really cold, then it stops your brain from doing that, so it keeps it at a minimal part of damage. So this was an actual study that they were doing to prove that this was true. And you got to be on it. So you were on this cooling blanket for 3 days, and your body temperature was very cold. And you were a little blue. You weren't as blue as you were when you were born. You were completely blue then because you had no oxygen in you. And so when I finally got out of the hospital, I came over to your hospital, and that's when they started warming you back up. And you were so cute. But they kept you on this medicine to keep you sleeping a lot because they were afraid that your brain was going to seize and have damage to it. And after a week and a half, you still couldn't breathe. They tried to take the tube out of you, but you still couldn't breathe. And we had a pediatric neurologist tell us that you might not ever breathe again. And your daddy said, no, she's going to breathe. We believe. So it was a week and 5 days later, they extubated you. Say that, extubated.
Extubated.
That means they took the breathing tube out, and you could breathe fine. And you've never stopped breathing since. No problem. Your heart never stopped beating after Dr. Olney started it right after you were born, a minute after you were born. And so then what happened? We watched you, well, you couldn't swallow. You didn't swallow really well.
Oh. Now I can swallow.
You swallow great now, don't you? Yeah. And what else? We put a little tube. We had surgery. You had surgery when you were 3 months old. We put a little tube in your tummy so that we could feed you through your tube in your tummy, so you'd stop ripping that tube off your face because you were really strong then. And
I really was really strong when I was a baby.
You were. You were a very strong baby. You're a baby who decided that she was going to live, right? Very strong.
Mom.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. So what else? After you ate your birthday cake on your first birthday, you ate very well after that. You swallowed very well. It took you a little bit of time to learn to walk, but otherwise, you've been pretty quick on your feet, don't you think?
Oh, and swim.
You learned how to swim very quickly.
In the tube. I'm so afraid of the deep end.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You won't be this when it gets warm enough. Why? Because Mom's going to make you swim that deep end, isn't she? Okay, now you shook the camera. What else?
Sorry.
Anything else you want me to say? Do you have any questions?
I have one question.
Okay.
Can I just say this? How old are you? When is your birthday?
My birthday is August 14th, 1969. I am 42. I'll be 43 this August. Are you saying I'm old?
No, I'm saying 1969.
Yes, I was born in the 60s.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, stop shaking the camera.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah. How did, I think, okay, one more thing.
Okay.
I have no idea what that one more thing is.
What was? Oh, you don't know what that one more thing is?
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing. What year was Quentin and Cora born?
Cora was born in 1994. Quentin was born in 1997. And Emma was born in 1999.
I think I know that. 1999, 2002.
Are you glad you were born?
Well, there is a slight chance of the school, but otherwise, Netflix and birthdays. Netflix and birthdays. I love being born. School, I hate being born.
Oh, stop. You love learning.
Oh yeah, I really do. That's totally hard.
It's okay. It's good for you. I love you. I'm glad you were born every minute. No matter how hard it was worth it. Happy birthday, Lillian.
Yeah, and otherwise, it is March 1st. Deposit on my birthday. No, first of all, my birthday is tomorrow. Second of all, tomorrow's my birthday. And third of all, I'm going to the Children's Museum.
Happy birthday.
I don't want to think about that.
Happy birthday.
Because today is in the way. By the way, thank you for the happy birthday.
You're welcome. Bye.